Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Testbook Super Coaching Regulatory Bodies channel. So we are back with another English session for your upcoming RBI Grade B exams. Today is day 5 of your most expected questions, and in this YouTube session we are going to discuss one very interesting question, rather two different types of questions. One is going to be error spotting and the other is going to be fill in the blanks. Also, we are going to discuss parajumble and close test in the masterclass. So those who don't know about this, masterclass is also a free class which you have on the app. You have to download the Testbook Super Coaching app and log in कर लीजिए. वहां से you will get this free classes वाला section आपको मिलेगा, and you will have to go in the regulatory bodies section, and at 10:35 PM we have our masterclass जिसमें हम पैराजम्बल और क्लोज टेस्ट सॉल्व करेंगे. ठीक है, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. लेट्स बिगिन टुडेज सेशन. Good evening to all of you. Those who have joined, please mark your attendance in the comment section. Like and share this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done it yet. All right. So the first question is on your screens. बताइए क्या होगा correct answer. People have always have the drive and the ability to build, create, discover and explore. Now if you see, people have always have the drive and the ability to build, create, discover and explore. Now this part of the sentence, it sounds incorrect when you read it. So there is some error in one of these halves. But which one? Is there error in the first half or is there error in the second half? Because you have to make this choice very clearly, as your answer depends on it. If you say the first half has the error, then your answer will be option number 3. And if you say the second half has the error, then your answer will be option number 2. So your answer will change according to the choice that you make, right? Now forget this part of the sentence for a while. We have used these structures, right? Have had, has had. ये structures आपने देखे ना? For example, I have had my dinner, or she has had a juice, right? So essentially this means I have eaten my dinner and she has drunk her juice. So instead of writing eaten, we can say had. Instead of writing drunk, we can say had. ये स्ट्रक्चर आपने देखे हैं, सुने हैं पहले प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस में. Sometimes we also write had. 2 बार had आ जाता है. This is also a correct structure. I had my lunch means I had eaten my lunch, है ना? So eaten को या drunk को या ऐसे कोई भी वर्ब जो had के साथ रिप्लेस किया जा सकता है, उसको हम लिखते हैं ऐसे. So these structures are actually, they are there in the English grammar, है ना? So this is essentially what we are trying to write here. Always को ignore करिए. Always is just an adverb, so you can eliminate this. It is not a part of our main sentence. People have had the drive and the ability. Drive means इच्छा शक्ति, the potential, the desire, है ना? Drive का मतलब यहाँ पर है desire. It is used as a noun. And the ability to do what? To build something new, to create something new, to discover and to explore the world. So basically what we are looking for is have had. People have had this drive. So which have is wrong? The second have is wrong. This first have is written correctly. The second have is written incorrectly. So The right answer here should be option number 2 or option number B. Is this clear? समझ में आई बात है ना? The question looks very easy and simple if you look at it like this, but it's not that easy. People have always had this drive and the desire to build something. Okay, समझ में आई बात? Next, second question. Good evening, Payal. Good evening, KR. Good evening, Crazy Video. Okay. Before the half hour was ended, he wrote a very neat composition on his slate. Before the half hour was ended, he wrote a very neat composition on his slate. What will be the answer? पायल कह रहे E, no error. Okay, anyone else who wants to try? The right answer is option number 2. Now why 2 has the answer? KR का answer correct है. Well done. Pay attention. There are two verbs in the sentence. Half hour was ended. ये पहला verb है. He wrote a very neat composition on the slate. ये दूसरा verb है. Ended के बाद ना टेक्निकली कॉमा आना चाहिए था, जो कि नहीं लिखा है, लेकिन हम अज्यूम करेंगे. We'll assume that there is a comma there. Now if you see, the sentence begins with the word before. Now in the class on tenses, when we study tenses in detail in our batches, we study a rule called rule number 2. In this rule we say that if there are multiple past actions, if multiple past actions means दो या दो से ज्यादा, 2 or more than 2 past actions are separated by before and after, words like before and after, then the first action that takes place on the timeline, is written in had plus V3 or past perfect tense, and the second action or the third action and the fourth action, remaining all the actions, they are written in simple past tense. Now which action happened first? Half an hour end पहले हुआ या he wrote a very neat composition on the slate, है ना? Now actually अगर आप देखें ध्यान से, before the half an hour was ended, एक मिनट, उन्होंने फिर यहां पर गलत मार्क कर दिया है क्या? हाँ, नहीं, सही मार्क कर दिया. सो पहले क्या हुआ? पहले उसने एक नीट कॉम्पोजिशन लिखा था अपने स्लेट पर. The first action that took place on the time scale is he wrote the neat composition on his slate. This happened first, and then the half an hour was ended, or then the time got ended. This is your second action. Now the second action can be written in V2 form. So was ended में was is actually V2 form, है ना? चलेगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But the first action has to be in past perfect tense. Wrote के जगह आएगा had written, had plus V3. wrote के जगह पर क्या आएगा? had written आएगा. He had written a very neat composition on his slate, है ना? So the verb here wrote is actually wrong. यहाँ पर आएगा had written. ये rule है. This is the rule. It's called rule number 2 of tenses, and that is precisely what they have asked here. ठीक है? समझ में आई बात सभी को? क्लियर? Now this is a different type of question on error spotting, wherein they have given you 5 different sentences and you have to find out the correct one. You have to choose the correct one. There is error in 4 of them and 1 is correct. क्या होगा आंसर बताइए? Which sentence is grammatically correct and accurate? Choose the correct sentence. I think the right answer here will be option number 4. How many of you think option number 4 is the correct sentence? Yes, Rishi is correct. KR is also correct. Well done. Because see, I have noticed that he feels more inferior. We don't write more before inferior because inferior itself is an indirect comparison. Inferior to someone else, inferior to something else. So more लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. This is superfluous, unnecessary. So option number 1 is definitely wrong. The latest part of the movie was thrilling. We don't say the latest part of the movie, we say the latter part of the movie. The latter part or the last part of the movie, है ना? बाद वाला part या आखिरी का हिस्सा फिल्म का thrilling था. Okay? So this is also wrong. A red, fresh, big apple tempted the daughter of the maid. Now these adjectives are written incorrectly. Because when we have multiple adjectives, we use the formula OSAS comp. You guys know about OSAS comp? P is for purpose. M is for material. O is for origin, country of origin. C is for color. S is for shape. A is for age. First S is for size. And O is for your opinion. So if there are multiple adjectives written one after the other, then they have to follow this order. It is called OSAS comp. Now, red is color, right? Big is size. And fresh is your opinion. So according to this sequence, we will have to write fresh first because opinion comes first. Then we'll have to write size. Then we'll say big. And then we'll say color, red. And then apple. A fresh, big, red apple tempted the daughter of the maid. This is how the sentence should have been. So option number 3 is also wrong. And then fifth option is wrong because whole the book nahi, the whole book. This is a very, very simple error. The whole book was criticized. The entire book was criticized by the students because of numerous errors in the solutions. So that is why option number 4 has to be the right answer because there are other errors in other sentences. Clear? समझ में आई बात सभी को? Next, same pattern. अगला सवाल. So again, you have to find out the correct sentence here among the 5 sentences. Which one is the right one? I gave him 5 dozens bananas. 5 dozens? Dozens में s नहीं लगेगा. Either you say 5 dozen bananas, only dozen, or you say dozens of bananas. है ना? Dozens of bananas or only 5 dozen bananas. So the first part of the sentence has the error, right? Last year I visited his sister-in-law marriage. Sister-in-law's marriage. Sister-in-law और उसका मैरिज, है ना? सिस्टर इन लॉज मैरिज. तो लॉ को एपोस्ट्रोफी एस लगाएंगे, सिस्टर को नहीं. सो ऑप्शन नंबर 3 ऑल्सो इज रॉन्ग. Exams stress, you can say stress of the exam, and hardship, these two things, they are joined by and, so they become plural in nature. So the verb should also be plural in nature, were clearly seen on his face, है ना? So option number 4 is also wrong. Though he was exhausted by the behavior of his people. Though, whenever the sentence begins with though, we cannot write but here, we always write a comma. And if the sentence begins with although, दो के जगह अगर although आ जाता है, then we can write yet. but कभी नहीं लगता, दो में भी नहीं लगता और although में भी नहीं लगता. So option number 5 is also wrong. So the only correct answer is option number 2 here. B should be the right answer, and B is the right answer. Now here woods means forests. Forests plural form में. Around the world, दुनिया भर के forests are said to be, are लिखा है forests के साथ, चलेगा. Are said to be the home of thousands of wild species. The entire sentence is right. हाँ, डोर टू डोर्स भी गलत है, सही कहा. यहां पर 5वें ऑप्शन में डोर टू डोर भी आएगा. देयर इज अनदर एरर इन ऑप्शन नंबर 5. सो दैट ऑल्सो शुड गिव यू अ हिंट. एंड बट जो है वो भी आपको एक हिंट दे देगा. दो एरर है यहां पर. ठीक है, क्लियर? चलिए, वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ एरर स्पॉटिंग एंड देन वी विल गो इनटू पैराजंबल. नाउ यहां पर आपको उल्टा करना है. यू हैव टू चूज द ऑप्शन विच हैज एन एरर. डायरेक्शंस चेंज करके दिए हैं. पिछले 2 क्वेश्चंस में यू हैड टू चूज द वन विच वाज एरर फ्री. नाउ यू हैव टू चूज द वन विच हैज द एरर. टेन किलोमीटर, नो 10 किलोमीटर्स में एस लग जाता है because the word kilometers can be written plural because we have 10 here at the beginning. The problem is not in kilometers. Is also written correctly because even though 10 kilometers they seem to be plural, but it is a distance. It is used to denote a distance, and that is why it is considered to be singular in nature. So the verb is written singular. So the problem is not in part 2 of the sentence. एडेप्ट नहीं आएगा. एडेप्ट जो आप बोल रहे हैं ना, परहेली का ADEPT, एडेप्ट का मतलब होता है एक्सपर्ट. अ पर्सन हु इज एन एक्सपर्ट और अ स्किलफुल पर्सन. सम एनिमल्स कुड नॉट एडेप्ट. एडेप्ट का मतलब होता है अपने आप को चेंज करना, टू चेंज वन सेल्फ अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन. सो दे कुड नॉट एडेप्ट टू द चेंजिंग एनवायरमेंट. सही है, एडेप्ट भी सही है. You will not pass the exam unless you burn midnight oil. To burn midnight oil means to work late in the night and to work very hard in the night. जब तक तुम रात भर पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे तब तक एग्जाम पास नहीं करोगे. सही लग रहा है? Anurag is enchanted with his wife, who is stronger and more beautiful than he is. Yeah, all are correct. 4 and 5 में से कोई एक ऑप्शन हमारा आंसर हो सकता है. The right answer, okay, option number 1. Some animals could not adapt to. सही तो है. To the changing environment. नहीं, ये गलत हाईलाइट हुआ है. Something is wrong here. I think option number 1 is highlighted incorrectly. Because 1 में कोई error नहीं है. The sentence is absolutely correct. No problem whatsoever. ये तो कुछ गड़बड़ी हो गया यहाँ पर. मुझे लग रहा था enchanted with के जगह enchanted by आएगा. ये एरर लग रहा था. और अगर ये नहीं है तो फिर all are correct के साथ जा सकते थे. Because बाकी किसी में भी एरर नहीं है. 10 kilometers is not a long distance to travel on foot. ये सही है. You will not pass the exam unless you burn the midnight oil. ये भी सही है ना? अनुराग is enchanted with his wife. ये भी सही है. सही लग रहा है. By हो सकता था. तो I think the most correct answer here would have been all are correct because there is no error in first sentence. थोड़ा सा ये टाइपिंग इशू, पता नहीं क्या हो गया है, सम इशू. एनीवे, पैराजंबल हम लोग इसमें करेंगे, मास्टर क्लास में करेंगे. मैं अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बोल रहा था कि पैराजंबल यहाँ करने वाले, बट पैराजंबल विल हैपन इन मास्टर क्लास 10:30 बजे. आप लोग इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताइए तब तक. फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स का ये सवाल है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द राइट आंसर? Those of you who do not know about the master class is basically a free class that happens on our app. All you need to do is just download the app from the Play Store, log in with your email ID and go to the free classes section. You will find our master class. It happens every Monday to Friday at 10:30 p.m. 10:35 p.m. to be precise. अभी ये YouTube सेशन खत्म होने के बाद, अभी 2 मिनट में खत्म करेंगे और इसके तुरंत बाद 10 मिनट में हमारा मास्टर क्लास होता है. आज के मास्टर क्लास में हम पैराजंबल करेंगे. 1 पैराजंबल फॉर योर इंग्लिश सेक्शन एंड 1 क्लोज टेस्ट. बहुत ही बढ़िया लेवल के क्वेश्चंस हम लोग करेंगे. डेफिनेटली ज्वाइन कीजिए सब लोग. एनीवे, द माइंड नमिंग कंपटीशन डैश द क्रिएटिविटी एंड ओरिजिनलिटी ऑफ अ स्टूडेंट. ये जो माइंड नमिंग कंपटीशन है ना, किसी भी फील्ड में जाओ, स्टूडेंट की क्रिएटिविटी को और ओरिजिनलिटी को क्या करता है? क्रम्पल कर देता है. क्रम्पल का मतलब होता है एक प्रकार से डिस्ट्रॉय करना, खत्म कर देना. इतनी कंपटीशन है कि क्रिएटिविटी और ओरिजिनलिटी सारी जाती है कचरे के डिब्बे में. लर्चेस नहीं, लर्च अराउंड इन द डार्क का मतलब है किसी एरिया में ऐसे मंडराते रहना, जनरली कोई गलत काम करने के लिए. ही लर्चेस इन द डार्क. टर्मिनेट का मतलब होता है डिस्ट्रॉय करना. फ्लरिश तो बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा. स्टल्टिफाई का मीनिंग अभी मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, एक बार आप चेक कर लीजिए, गूगल पे देख सकते हैं आप. ठीक है, इसको होमवर्क के तौर पर देख लीजिए. चलिए अगला सवाल देखते हैं. नेक्स्ट, फिल इन द ब्लैंक. RC, we are going to have separate sessions for reading comprehensions, Siddharth. I have already done one session on essay writing, pressy writing and reading comprehension for your upcoming SEBI Grade A Phase 2 exams, which is going to happen on the 31st of August. So the video is available on the channel itself. You can go and check it out. We have covered some reading comprehension questions there. I've also covered one essay writing and one pressy writing. The European economy is dash as its energy and manufacturing sectors are doing well. So if the energy and manufacturing sectors are doing well, how would the economy be doing? The word we are looking for has to be some kind of positive word. The economy must be doing well, right? That's why we are saying manufacturing sector and energy sector is doing well. So the economy cannot be despicable. Despicable means worthy of hate. Negative word. Looming cannot be the answer because looming large is not used in a positive way. Doable, the economy is doable, no. And fissure का मतलब होता है दरारे, cracks that get developed. So the only correct answer that remains with us is buoyant. Buoyant means energetic, full of energy, full of energy. So the economy is full of energy. It is doing well, it is performing well because the energy and manufacturing sectors are doing well. Is it clear? ठीक है, चलिए. Now the next question is a difficult one. It has very tough vocabulary. Tricky question. Yes, it is a nice word, buoyant. It comes from the word buoyancy. You must have studied it in physics, anyone who is a physics student. Buoyancy and upthrust, two opposing forces when a solid floats on a liquid. There is no easy short-term solution to the country's chronic economic dash. Now, whenever the word chronic comes into picture, you have to know that whatever noun we are talking about is a negative noun. Generally, it is associated with some kind of illness. Chronic fever, chronic headache, chronic pain, है ना? So chronic economic dash. So the country is suffering from chronic economic something and there is no short-term solution for it. You have to go for a long-term solution. Now, if you look at the options, the only options that come across as negative is, I think, malaise. Repertoire is not a negative option. Repertoire means the skills that you possess, things that you can do. Sanguineous is a new word. We don't know the meaning. Most of you might not know the meaning of the word. Renaissance or Renaissance is again a period of enlightenment, comes from the history of Italian Renaissance. And this actually is called as a facade. Facade. Facade is outer appearance. Outer appearance of a building or of a structure of something. Facade. So I think the right answer is malaise. It means a general feeling of discomfort or illness. So the economy is going through this feeling of discomfort and illness. Repertoire is stock of plays, dances or items that a company or a performer knows or is prepared to perform. Anything that you can do, anything that you can perform. Sanguineous means resembling or containing blood. जिसमें blood है या जो blood जैसे दिखता है. Sanguineous. And Renaissance is the revival of the renewed interest in something, also called as the period of enlightenment. And facade is the principal front of a building that faces to the street or the open space. Outer appearance of a building. Right? So that was our session for today. There are a couple of more questions in this exercise, but you will have to solve it as your homework because we are running short of time. We'll have to start the masterclass in 5 minutes now. Before ending the session, I would just quickly like to remind all the new guys here, if you are interested in joining our paid batches, the RBI Grade B Laksh batch for 2025 is going to start from the 2nd of September. And this batch is very important for all those who are preparing for RBI Grade B next year. I know the amount can be a little bit high for some of you guys, but you'll have to bear in mind that this is a 12-month subscription. Secondly, everything will be covered from your basic level to advanced level syllabus, including phase 1, phase 2 and interview preparation. I will be covering the English syllabus for your phase 1 as well as phase 2. So descriptive writing will be covered, précis writing will be covered, reading comprehension and all those things will also be covered. You will also be getting the lectures on quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning and all those subjects of the phase 1 exam. If you are interested, you can join our course. This is my coupon code KAUSTUBH. This is my code. You can apply this code for maximum discount. Okay. And the best part is selection power full refund le jao. If you get selected in RBI Grade B, then this entire amount will be refunded to you. So it's like a deposit for your own success. And you will also get free Pass Pro. Pass Pro is very important because you will get mock tests यहाँ पर. ढेर सारे mock tests आपको मिलेंगे. इसकी लिंक वीडियो के नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में है ना. देयर आर मेनी लिंक्स इन द description box. So the second link from the top, join RBI Grade B Laksh batch. You can click on that link and enroll in this particular course. Highly recommended for all the new students. Okay. चलिए, तो that is all for today. These are some features of the Laksh batch which we are going to cover. And this batch will be entirely in English. All the lectures will happen in English. So those who face difficulty in Hindi, those of who don't understand Hindi, then they also are going to get benefited quite substantially. Okay, chaliye. Now this is my personal Telegram group. You can join me here on Telegram. You will get all the PDFs and all the YouTube links on the Telegram itself, on this channel. Okay, so we'll meet in the masterclass now. 10:35 को मिलेंगे. Just 4 minutes from now, we'll have another session, and we'll solve one parajumble and one cloze test in the masterclass. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining and watching. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.